That's right, it was going to happen sooner or later. So, welcome everybody to the third game in the Ace Attorney series, Trials and Tribulations. I'm going to go ahead and assume you've either watched or played the previous games in the series, so you know what you're getting yourself into. Let's start the first case of the third game. We're going into the past in Turnabout memories. Enjoy. There's a friendly face. And now, for the first time ever, we're going to be playing as the now dead Mia Fey. It's only her second time in the courtroom, so that's a pretty good excuse for a tutorial section. And we've got Mr. Grossberg here as well, because if you remember, she used to work for him. I'm going to get myself arrested for suspicious behaviour? Wait until you see what he talks about the entire goddamn case. Well, I hope I do, otherwise the other games wouldn't have happened. Good to know, Marv. Just keep your medical issues to yourself. Yeah, for some reason I felt the need to take over this case. Yeah, you say that now. Yep, you probably recognised him from the movie, but our client is actually Phoenix Wright. Small world, huh? So it's absolutely imperative I get him off the hook today, otherwise, well, this wouldn't be the third game in the series. That's one hell of a powerful sneeze. Yeah, wearing a mask for a cold, that seems like a very sort of Eastern Asian thing to do. I mean, does that actually, get done over here in the West? It seems like a considerate thing to do, but I just haven't seen it. I like this case because up until now, Mia's been a very strong, confident support to Phoenix. And now we go back to her past where she's really unsure of herself and very much like Phoenix was. At this point you're probably wondering what happened a year ago. Well, stick around, you might find out. So here we go. As you might have guessed, I have played this game before, as I have played all the Ace Attorney games before, and like the others, I remember this one quite well, so this is probably going to be more of a walkthrough than a let's play, but if you want to stick around, please do. I'm not going to delve into the court record quite yet like I usually do. For this one, I'm going to play dumb and let the tutorial show me how it's done. Did you see Winston there? He had hair! Like the majority of the time, your impression is wrong. Although, to be honest, that was the plan before I made a very reckless decision. Yes, it is. Mia's not quite as good as Phoenix is coming up with excuses. And the toughest look comes with what? Damn right. A good old-fashioned desk slam. His hair just looks so odd. I just want to peel it off. Is that wrong? Of course he was, but that's Winston Payne for you, and we know he's more bark than bite. Anyway, now I'm going to shut up for a bit so you can concentrate on the summary of events. Yes, it does, but we all know he didn't do it. Okay, so that photo's been added to the court record. I'll check that in a moment. Just thinking about it, I don't think the court record system has changed at all between the two games, so if you're familiar with Justice for All, you'll feel right at home here. A rather unusual death, you say? Ah, right, okay, the time has come. This is where I get to test my skills. Of reading. Moments ago she said she knew all the facts of the case. Of course, she has no idea. Ridiculously irresponsible if you think about it. Right, this is what I was talking about earlier. Keep that to yourself. But I suppose at the very least he is teaching me how to use the court record. I knew that already? No, I'm going to feign ignorance for this bit. Apart from nunchucks. No, you can't let Winston Payne beat you, you'd never hear the end of it. This seems like a pretty good prompt to take a look, so yep, let's go into the court record and have a look at what we got. Yeah, just as I thought, it's pretty much exactly like Justice for All. So there's the evidence section and there's the profiles section, and I'm going to start with that. We begin with Marvin Grossberg, who is my 61-year-old boss, and apparently my patient as well, because he confides in me about his bum grapes. Next up, well, I'm going to assume you know who this guy is, but Phoenix Wright at the moment is not a lawyer. He's studying art at Ivy University. And this guy, Doug Swallow, is the man that Phoenix is accused of killing. He studies pharmacology. There's also a Dahlia Hawthorne, currently Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, although up until 8 months ago, she was dating the victim, Doug Swallow. And last on the list is Winston Payne, the rookie killer prosecutor. Yeah, Moving on to evidence now. I've got my attorney's badge. You can just about see it stuck on her lapel. We've also got an autopsy report for the victim that states the cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Unusual indeed. Now here's the crime photo that was recently added. Let's take another look. So we see the victim lying face down outside, next to an umbrella, a pole, and something that's dangling down above him. That was rather short and sweet, but this is going to be quite a simple case, so here we go. Oh yeah, there was a point to that, wasn't there? We now know that Doug Swallow's cause of death was electrocution. Don't tell me he stuck a fork into a socket. Ah yes, I'm sure the prosecution think they know what's going on, until I come along. Come on, Mia, you just looked at the court record, you can figure this one out. It's a good thing we start off with Mia in this game, because to be honest, I can't imagine another tutorial section with Phoenix. I mean, what are they going to do? Give him amnesia again? Well then, wipe it off his face. No, I'm not catching any of your drifts. I'm sure they don't, but he never seems to do very well with me. I'm sure you're all following along, so you probably know this as well. Evidence? What's that? Yes, or present it like a normal person. Yeah, you better tell me all about evidence because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? If you've been paying attention, there is only one thing it can be. My attorney's badge. Nah, not really. Well, it wasn't something. It was someone. Outside of them both being students at the same university, this was the only other thing that connects them. Yes, but the judge is so easily swayed you could probably convince him he's a turnip. Okay, to start off with, we're going to get testimony from the defendant. Right. You just keep telling yourself that. Is this the first time we see him testifying? I know it's not the last. Yeah, pretty long way from Ace Attorney. You know, I think he might be telling the truth. Okay, the witness testimony, the victim and I. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. As you might expect, there's something a little bit odd about that testimony. Not so much a small thing, but a huge thing. Seriously? Mia? Seriously? Come on. And boy oh boy, there are a lot of them. Well, yes. We're talking about the King of Bluffs here. Of course he was lying. Well, yeah, turns out he would. Okay, so this one's pretty obvious. There's no contradiction with the court record as such, but there's a contradiction with another piece of his testimony. I'm talking about the last two statements. So here, quite clearly, he says he hardly knew the guy to begin with. And yet, in the last statement, he does reveal that he must know him a little bit, because he's apparently a stuck-up British wannabe. So let's press on this. No, that's not a good enough answer for me. Okay, so we're not going to a new testimony, he's just going to add another statement. He says he was walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. That doesn't sound right. I think this is another contradiction, but this relates to the court record, so let's see if we can have a look at the photo. Even in that little window in the top right, it's still big enough to see that there is no Union Jack to be found. So instead of pressing, we're going to present this. The fact that he has to ask that question means he shouldn't be in that seat in the first place. Right, so that means... And here's this game's version of the objection music. It's a shame it's playing when I'm accusing my own client. Ooh, ruthless Mia. Like usual, I tend to do the prosecution's work for them. No, you didn't go too far. Just keep digging that hole. Obviously not, because you've still got one. I think Mr. Payne's got something up his green sleeves. Oh, I'm willing to bet it does. He died holding Phoenix's cold medicine? Now, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for that. Okay, well that's kind of obscure. I guess it's possible. Okay, so there's a couple more things in the court record. I don't think we have to look at them yet, but I might look at them later. Right, yeah, in that photo, you could see the time was about 5 past 3, 10 past 3. He doesn't look like he's got an explanation for anything. Ugh, please, stop. This is just part of his character that I didn't need to know existed. Anyway, enough for the hemorrhoids. Here comes another witness testimony. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so he agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Oh boy. Ah, shit! Looks like he noticed. That's what a guilty person would say. Take him away! Alright then, let's think about this. I don't think there's anything I need to present right about now. I think I just need to get a few more details. When he went on about talking behind the building at 2:45, I might want to press that. Yeah, here we go. He was in the pharmacology department, so he agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Please, tell us more. So they were there for about 20-25 minutes. I'm sorry, what did you just say? You know what? I think you should do that. Yeah, let's ask about the pharmacology department. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, we're beginning to put the pieces in their proper places. Right, okay, so that doesn't end the testimony. There's still something we need to figure out. So he goes on to say, he goes on to talk about his Cold Killer X, right, and how he lost it. I want to know exactly how he lost it. So Phoenix says he'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, and then goes on to say he lost the bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Interesting. Please go on. Can anyone see where this is going? I don't think that's the right question. I think the right question is, why didn't you punch me sooner? Making everything we've done so far a complete waste of time. Little girl? Not yet. Yes, there is. We still don't know the judge's name. Oh yeah, and that. No, but I think we've all pretty much figured it out, right? Oh, come on, Mia. I know these are early days for you, but this is pretty basic. Well, if she can't figure it out, I can. Really? Get out. Okay, this should be pretty easy. I just need to take a look at that photograph. We've recently learnt about the wires carrying high voltage electricity around the building. And what do you suppose that is? Just when you think the judge can't get any simpler, he blows me away. Fine. Okay, let's get specific. I'm going to point to the end of the wire here, and then we can go back to finger painting with the judge, or whatever he wants to do. Or actually, maybe thinking about it, it could be the umbrella. Nah, fuck it, it's the wire. Ah, that's one of those pylon snakes. My word, I think she's cracked it. Really? I mean, come on, I should know how to at least connect two dots. Gillian Anderson? No. Oh boy, here we go. He's just holding it all back, waiting for me to fall into his traps. I guess he was slightly more competent when he was younger. Fingerprints? What, on the cable? Oh, so there's fingerprints all over the jacket. Again, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable there's an explanation for it. Maybe he missed a high five? Okay, there's a theory, but is that really what happened? No, I think we can conclude that you're full of shit. And him over there with his hemorrhoids, he's just as bad, giving up already. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. I am not a doctor. You need to go and see a proctologist. He may be guilty of some things, but it's not murder. He's got plot armor. Yeah? Is that really the case? Or do you just want to get home early so you can watch your favourite TV programme? Wait for it. You can pretty much guarantee the punishment is going to be very severe, so you really do want to tell the truth. Okay, that's a bit of a gamble. He could come up with some really, really dark shit if he wanted to. Well, of course you would say that, because you've basically won, haven't you? And I think he, like early Edgeworth, only really cares about the victories. Oh, did you have to go and say that? Phoenix, push! Why the hell is he sweating so goddamn much? This is only good news for him. I completely understand, but now you've told us, everyone thinks you're the murderer for sure. Yeah, starting to regret what you said a moment ago, aren't you? No, just no. Just go away. You're not even helping. Here we go then. This is the absolute truth. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just laying there, dead. I don't think that's exactly what happened. You would hope so. Well, I better hope my cross-examination yields some new facts then. So, we have a challenge before us. Let's see if we can dig through this testimony and cross-examine him properly. Right, when he pushed the victim, I'm thinking I should go to the statement where he mentions there's a noise. Yeah, at that moment I heard some kind of loud noise. I wonder if he can tell us any more about that. I have a suspicion. You're not qualified to decide who's qualified to decide that. I think this is quite important, so I think we should ask for more details. Hell, you know I've played the game before, we are going to ask for more details. Oh, right, yeah, the umbrella. He fell right on top of it and it broke. Oh, sick burn. He's dead. Oh yeah, very, very important. Actually, this is the point where we can turn the trial around. Yeah, well, at least I didn't glue my hair to my head. So this statement's going to be really goddamn important. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. I'm sure you've realised there's something very wrong with that. But now I'm going to show them there's something wrong with that by presenting this photo. Now, I might be mistaken, but it looks like that umbrella is either very, very small or it's very, very far away from him. Yeah, have some of that. So, according to Phoenix, this is the umbrella that Doug Swallow fell on top of. And perhaps the umbrella breaking and snapping caused the loud noise he heard. Ah, but what if Doug Swallow weighed as much as a feather and in fact, he was blown over? Yeah, there you go, Mr. Payne, I'm doing your job for you. Oh, I love small doubts. All the cases seem to be filled with them. All the important facts of his testimony have been put onto this piece of paper so we can reference them later on. Why are you laughing? Nothing new there. I think we all saw that one coming. She's the only other person who's involved with these two. Oh no, she can. Alright, so at least for now we've managed to turn it around and we are going to get a second part. Not quite yet. As a witness for the prosecution? Doubt it. Some sort of bottle/heart necklace? Okay, so we got Dahlia's present also in the court record. I'm not going to examine it now, I think I'll wait until next time. Poor Phoenix, he just can't take a hint. Ooh, the plot thickens. Sorry to keep you in the dark on this one, guys, but we're going to take a look at that in the next part. That about wraps up this part. As always, thank you very much for watching. Likes, comments and subscriptions really appreciated. See you next time.